Sometimes on Monday or thereabouts, President Trump announced that if Iran does not unblock, so to say, the Strait of Hormuz, that he is going to start bombing the critical infrastructure of Iran, particularly with respect to energy, power facilities, power generation facilities, particularly. In fact, he threatened that he would start by bombing the biggest Iranian power facility first, and he will continue to bomb them until Iran unblocks the Strait of Hormuz. About 15 minutes after delivering that threat on Monday, the Iranian government, particularly the Khatum al-Anbiya headquarters that is prosecuting this war on behalf of the Iranian government, announced that if President Trump proceeds to make through on a strait to start bombing, Iranian power facilities, if Iran does not unblock the Strait of Hormuz, Iran counter-threatened that what they would do was that they will start bombing not just the power generation facilities of the Gulf countries and Israel, but they will also bomb the water desalination facilities and also the gas infrastructure of the Gulf countries and Israel. About 6 hours to the expiration of that threat on would that be Tuesday or Wednesday? About 6 hours to the to the 48 hours President Trump promised that it will start bombing Iranian power facilities. President Trump released another tweet on a street social account, and in that tweet he announced that Iran has essentially conceded and has started to negotiate. And because of that, he has extended his deadline that he gave of 48 hours to 5 days to expire on Friday. Sorry, I got the timeline wrong. Apparently, he released the initial threat sometimes between Friday and Saturday. So it was supposed to expire on Monday. 6 hours into Monday, he now extended till Friday, 5 days. So he mounted all sorts of claims, on this or the so-called tweet that Iran has essentially conceded, essentially surrendered, and is essentially starting to want to, in fact, particularly begging to negotiate. And because of that, he's looking to the Pakistanis and the talks and the and some other country I don't remember to essentially facilitate the course of the negotiations. In fact, Israeli media announced that the particular focal person that Trump wants to negotiate with, that is comfortable with, is the current speaker of the Iranian parliament, in the person of a retired Air Force Commander Galibaf, who came anyways on Twitter to debunk the story. Ever since then, we have been on this 5 days so-called one-sided truce by Trump. But within those 5 days, Iran has actually proceeded to continue its military activities without let. Iran has not even looked in the direction of President Trump at all. It has continued to set fire upon the military and the military infrastructure facilities of the Gulf countries and of Israel. It has been doing essentially daily, and regular missile and drone landings on the territory of its main adversary, Israel, and its minor adversaries, the Gulf countries, who are guilty because, according to Iran, they have facilitated the entry of American and Israeli fighter jets and drones onto their territory to come and do, bombings. Again, the lesson here again is the lesson of deterrence. You would notice that when President Trump made a threat, hmm, Iran followed up with another threat. But it is one thing to make a threat. It is another thing for your threat to be credible. If your threat is credible and your adversary's counter threat is not credible, then the balance of deterrence is in your favor. If your threat is credible, the threat of your adversary is equally credible, then there is an equal balance of deterrence. That kind of deterrence was the deterrence that obtained in the days of the Cold War, before the end of the Cold War, between the United States of America on one side and the then Soviet Union, which is the precursor, of the current day Russia on the other side. Don't forget that both of them were nuclear powers. And at the zenith of economic strength of both parties, it was an effective dual deterrence scenario. While the Soviet Union was balancing out the United States of America, and the United States of America was balancing out the Soviet Union until the fall of the Iron Curtain, until the fall of the Berlin Wall, when the Soviet Union essentially, regressed and they essentially, split up, and they receded into the current day Russia. And there was no that bipolar balance in the world anymore. And America remained the unipolar power until this time, when its unipolarity is now being challenged, not by China, not by Russia, but by the country no one even looks to, that they could effectively challenge Americans' unipolar hegemony, which is Iran at this time. So again, that once again is a lesson, is yet another lesson of deterrence vis-a-vis what is currently obtaining at this time. We're going to be looking forward to Friday, and we will see what will happen after President Trump's ultimatum for Friday expires. So we will see what will happen there. Thank you for joining me on this video. Please again remember to follow, remember to like, remember to share, comment, ask your questions, and I'll gladly answer them. See you in the next video. Thank you.